kind of explain what that means. And we are live here. Welcome back to the Get Up Girl podcast. I am your host and your gal, Joanna Vargas. This is Two Chicks and a Mic. This is when myself and Salome Valdez, she and I get together and we just have a microphone and we just chat about what happened in the past week, chat about what's happening in our lives. And we share with you what's going on with us and the awarenesses that we have, the ahas that we have, so that you can also take away. So Salome, welcome to the show. How are we doing today?
Great. I want to add on to your introduction and just remind everybody that we're just I invite you to just be open minded again with our conversations, as Joanna and I just, we just roll with it and we explore at the same time as we're talking, like even just this instant we're exploring. So I just want to make sure that our audience knows that.
Yeah, because these tools that I bring, and they're from Access Consciousness, if anybody is curious, but these are the tools that have help is not even the word. I'm going to say shift, transform, like completely given me a whole new life with these tools. And these are the tools I'm bringing to everybody that's listening and to Salome as well. So the big tool is choice creates awareness. Conclusion does not create awareness. And it's not awareness creates choice. So I want to kind of go a little bit deeper into that. What we're taught as young children and as adults too, but as we're growing up, we're taught that we should find the answer first and then make a choice. For example, let's write a pros and cons list. Let's say everything that's going to be good about this, everything that's going to be bad about this, and that's going to help us make a choice. That's going to help us. Actually, I'm going to say decision, because a decision is more concrete than a choice. A choice is only good for about 10 seconds, and then you can always make another choice. But a decision is concrete. A decision is conclusion. A decision is till death do you part, and you sign your life in blood. That's the energy that I get when I say decision. It just doesn't feel light. It doesn't feel fun. But when I say choice, it's like, ooh, I have a choice. We're taught that we have to know it first before we make a choice. And it's actually the opposite. It's actually make a choice, then you will know.
Mm-hmm.
You have to try it. You have to do it first, then you'll know. For example, how many times have we said, oh, I don't like that food? And then you haven't even tried it yet. And then you try it and you're like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There was this cereal. This was just last week. My boyfriend bought me a box of cereal and I poo-pooed on it. I was like, oh, I don't like that cereal. I had never tried it, Salome, never. But I made the conclusion that I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sitting there and sitting there. And there was a day last week when I was starving. There was no more food in my kitchen. So I open up the box, I pour a bowl, and it was the greatest cereal ever. Now, I had to make a choice to try it. Now I have the awareness that I love this cereal. But I made the conclusion that I already knew that I didn't like that cereal. Now, this is just an example, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, so when we make a choice, then we have the awareness and go, oh, okay, now I know I like this, I don't like that. And again, choice is only good for this amount of time because it always changes, always changes, always changes. Now, I bring this up because last week, you and I, we were producing a 90s party, a 90s event. And long story short, it was coming up to the event and I was unable to get the insurance for the event or the insurance that was required for the event. And it started to feel not so fun. Like it was Wednesday and I'm like, oh my God. And when your stomach starts to churn and you're like, what do I choose? Oh my, you start spinning and going, okay, do I cancel it? Do we do this? All that crazy was spinning in my head. So I call you on Wednesday, Thursday-ish, and I'm like, look, I'm thinking about canceling it or I'm thinking about rescheduling. I'm thinking about something. Again, I'm trying to get the awareness. So Solomon, I was going backwards. I was trying to get the awareness first and then make a choice.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the awareness yet, but this can drive people bananas.
Mhm.
So this is what happened. Thursday night, I made the choice to reschedule it. Once I made the choice to reschedule it, then I had awareness.
Mhm.
I had the awareness after. And I say this because I noticed that, for example, you went right into conclusion and it was like, it's already canceled. And you're like, I already made plans when I talked to you on Friday. And I was like, wait, hold on, hold on. We're not even there yet. I just made this choice now. And I quote unquote changed my mind now. We're going to keep it, but we're just going to, it's going to look different. It's going to
Mhm.
look like this and this one. It was going to look like that.
Mhm.
But because it created awareness, and as soon as I rescheduled it and I talked to all the business owners, we moved something around, I had more awareness about what this business, what this event wanted to be. It wanted to look different. It was like we were trying to push it into this little hole,
Mhm.
and it was a square. Made the choice, rescheduled it, and I'm going to throw this in there. I never sent an email to anybody. I never put it on social media. You were like, Joanna, let me know. What do I put on social media? What do I do? And I said, hold on. We're not going to send it yet. Hold on. Because I didn't have the awareness yet. I was still making choices. I was
Yeah.
still like, okay, no, let me talk to this person.
Mhm.
Okay, got more awareness. Let me talk to this person. Okay, got
Mhm.
awareness. Let me talk to this person. Got awareness because I kept making a choice. Let me talk to A, made a choice, got more awareness. Let me talk to B, made a choice, got more awareness. Let me talk to C, made a choice, had different awareness. And as
Mhm.
I kept having more awarenesses, like, oh, I get it, got it, got it, it morphed into something different. It was pretty much the same, it was just different. So I'm telling
Mhm.
you the story, the long version, but I'm telling everybody the story because we ended up all going as a big team, and we invited, everybody and their boyfriends and everybody out. And it was more people than we had ever imagined. It was bigger than we had imagined. It was better than I had imagined. And I'm telling this story because when I called you, you were like, oh, I already made plans. And I was like, Salome, oh my gosh, you went into conclusion. It was like it was already done. And I'm like, wait, hold on. It's not done yet. We're still, hold on, hold on. And so I wanted to have that conversation about how many times when we make a choice, we already go, the book's done and we throw away the book. And it's like, wait, hold on. The book's not done yet. This is barely the second chapter where it's not complete. It's not a conclusion yet. It's not done yet. And even though the event was on Saturday, it's still not done. So I wanted to talk about that, Salome. What comes up for you as bring up that story?
A lot of aha moments, but it actually happened right um when I texted, you sent a thread to everybody, and with an excitement of it's still going to happen. Who wants to dress up? And then I didn't want to respond right away. Again, I didn't want to go into responding something that might seem like a, I don't know, downer Sally or whatever you freaking call it. But I was like, no, I'm gonna think about this. I'm like in between so much right now. I'm not even thinking. I didn't feel like I was thinking straight because I felt like I was in between chaotic stuff. Not just this, but it was just like all these other things that I was trying to put into one thing. But I told myself, no, dissect it, think about it. When you really truly feel like your body what it wants to do, then that's when you respond and see what happens. And when I responded is because that's how my body felt at that time. And I said, okay, it's like I'll be there. Let me see who else I can get to go. Because after that, I even after I sent that text and it pressed send, it felt easier to, because okay, first thing first, tell them they're going. Okay, second thing, invite everybody else again or tell everybody that's gonna happen. Third thing, now I have all these, like I had like four costume options out of nowhere. I had like one costume, and after this, after we decided we're gonna end up going, it was completely different. Like it's like my body wanted to be something else. So a lot of things did change because I was gonna be like Ace Ventura, and then I was like, I'll be Peggy from Married with Children, and I was like, okay, I'll be this. I was like, what body? What do you want to be? I was like, I'm gonna be freaking fierce. I'm gonna be Madonna. So a lot of things did change, and I'm actually very grateful that we had that conversation. I'm very grateful for the thread because the thread did help a lot, and I went ahead and invited everybody else, re-invited everybody else, even though people did say they had other plans and stuff. I went ahead with not having a conclusion and just being free about it, rather than like if it happens that they go, they go. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just gonna go, and if it's I'm the only person, I'm the only person. So when I went with that attitude, it was fine. Like when I got to, even John went and he wasn't even gonna go at all, not even for the original plans.
And that's your
And
friend.
John, my best friend, yes, John, my best friend, and he said, "I'll go to the dinner." I was like, "Oh, okay." So even just that, I was really cool that that was an outcome of my best friend being there, which I truly wanted him to be there. In the original plans, he wasn't, but now after this whole change happened, I think he felt more at ease or something about going. So,
Yeah, so what I hear is that, you just kept making a choice and you made the choice to, okay, pause.
uh huh,
You made another choice. I'm going to send the text.
hmm,
Okay, then you made a choice. Okay, I'm going to dress up. Then
hmm,
it's like just kept one seashell shell after
yeah,
another. One, okay, ooh, this one led to 4 costumes. Ooh, this led to something else. Yeah, and I wonder, I truly, truly wonder and have so much genuine curiosity about if we were to change and live more in this energy, we'd be much more, um, I'm going to say, at ease as human beings. But we're not taught to be at ease when we don't know the answer. And I didn't know the answer yet. And I could
hmm,
understand how people around me were like, what? Wait, it's on, it's off. Which one, Joanna? And I get it. So everybody listening going, yeah, yeah, but what if everybody around you is freaking out and they need an answer because you're the leader? And I'm here to tell you and invite you to, if you are calm, if you are strong, if you are confident in the eye of the storm where you're like, I'll let you know when we get there, etc. That kind of energy, everybody around you will be fine.
hmm,
If you show, oh, I'm freaking out. And that's why a lot of times people will say, Joanna, why didn't you tell me? Blah, blah. And I'm going, because I'm just making choices right now and I don't have the awareness yet. So I didn't
hmm,
want to share it yet.
hmm.
And so I can understand when I don't have the awareness, the people around me can feel uneasy, they can feel confused, they can feel like out of the loop because they're not in my brain as I'm making choices and having the awareness.
Well, I was gonna say that when the first conversation we did have Wednesday, and I called you. I don't remember who called who, but I think I called you because I felt like this energy through like emails and texts, and I was like, "Ooh, something's up." And I was like, he hadn't even told me yet, but for some reason, like the emails and the text felt different, and I was like, "Something is up. I'm gonna call her."
Mhm,
And that's when I called. I was like, "Joanna, can we talk for a couple minutes?" And then that's when you told me, and I was like, "Ah, that's what it was."
mhm.
And then you told me about that, and I'm gonna be very honest. Like I just felt for you that during that call. I really did feel like um just just genuinely felt really bad. Like just my heart kind of hurt, my chest, and I'm like, I don't want Joanna to go through this stress. I'm going through this stress because she's going through this stress, like and I put myself there with you. So I think also that I did that to myself as well. I put myself in in your shoes too.
Yeah. And knowing that, uh, it's challenging for me to, like, I don't want people to do that.
Right.
It's nice, it feels great, like, oh, but then I'm like, oh, it's not that I'm embarrassed or it's not that energy that I don't want people to see me like that. It's more
Mhm.
of I am the eye of the storm. I am leading this troop,
Right.
this team, but also
Mhm.
it's surrounding yourself with people that that get you, that are going, okay, she's down. And it's like, just give me a moment. I'm down right now. I'll come back up. I'm just making choices right now.
Mhm.
And can you be with me as I'm getting the awareness? Because I don't have any answers or awareness for you yet. I don't know. And it kept changing, right? I mean, I was texting you right before the event of like, we're going to do XYZ. And you're like, we are? I'm confused. Yep, we're doing it. Like,
Mhm.
yes, I kept getting more awarenesses 2 hours before the event of we're going to do this. And we're like, we are? Yep. Because I just kept getting more ahas,
Yeah.
ahas.
Well, I mean, or even just I didn't know we were, I didn't think we were gonna do follow up with the dance contest, or I know we were doing the trivia, but I didn't think we were gonna do like dance contest or costume contest. But um, at the end of the day, I took the gift cards with me because I said something tells me it's just gonna increase more. It's gonna get bigger. So I ended up taking the gift cards with me.
So Salome is saying that she brought gift cards because they were prizes for an
Mhm.
event, which I said we're not going to do, but she
Right.
brought anyway because I'm like, Joanna's probably going to do it. Yep, we're going to throw it. We're going to do it. We're going to just go with the awareness. And so the overall idea or the invitation for this podcast, for this episode, is to dabble in the choice and dabble in the you always have choice. You don't need to know everything before you make a choice. You
Mhm.
will find out if it works once you make a choice. And I know our brains right now are going, what? Because the first time I learned this, I was like, okay, I do that. I'm like, wait, I actually don't do that. I actually need to know first and then I
Mm.
make a choice. I
Mhm.
really thought I lived in that tool. I thought, oh no, I mean, I think I was living more than maybe the I'm going to say the average person was. I'm
Mhm.
not as researchy as most people. Like, I don't research things. I don't need to know things before I do them. So I
Mhm.
thought I was pretty open. I'm going to call it free spirit before I
Mhm.
learn these tools. But now that I'm really getting this tool, I'm living it more and more every day. And I haven't got it. We'll never get it, but I'm getting it.
Mm.
And this was such a, oh my gosh, I see it. And I can see why people around me, it's challenging for them when they need a solid answer.
Mm.
And I don't have it yet until 5 minutes before we go on. I love like artists that they don't write their set list. They're going to sing, the band, the solo artist doesn't write their set list until they get there.
Oh, yeah, Joanna, there's been so many times my best choreography is when I do it on the spot.
Mhm.
It's for those of you who don't know, I'm a dancer and a choreographer. And when it's happened where so many times I get feedback, oh my God, that was like your best work. And they don't know this, but I'm like, oh, that was on the spot. It was literally on the spot.
Yeah.
So, I get it.
Mhm. And it's having the awareness of knowing when it's time to prepare and when it's time. It's also saying, well, don't, we go through life and go, la, 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 you know.
There you go. And that I was gonna bring that up too, because there's been so many times where I want to choreograph in advance because I want to be prepared, but it doesn't feel good. Body. It's like, oh no, it doesn't feel like genuine. It doesn't feel organic. It feels forced.
Yeah.
And then when I do it, it feels good.
Yeah. I want to talk about that because that's the body giving us information.
Hmm.
You're like, my body, it doesn't feel good. The body is giving you information. There's something there. So let's go back to Wednesday. My body was giving me information of like, something needs to change.
Hmm.
And I'm like, what is it? And I didn't know. Again, I didn't have the awareness of what needed to change. I just knew that this is not it.
But that
Change.
also that change and those choices that you made, Joanna, I feel that also helped us for the next one too. It was an awareness for the next event as well.
Yes, but then also knowing, let's go back to choice creates awareness for only this amount of time.
Hmm.
So even though if we said now this works and we're going to do it the same way for the next event, that's conclusion.
Hmm.
So it's very important, not important. I'm going to change that. It's the invitation of knowing that conclusion always changes because, excuse me, choice awareness can change when you make a choice.
Mm.
Because as soon as something happens, let's say, for example, What happened on Saturday? And
Mhm.
we say that that works. Now we say that works
Oh,
all the time.
no, no, no. I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking of influential and just being inspired by what happened.
Under yes. And again, it could still look different. The
Mhm,
inspiration could still look different.
mhm,
And I'm saying this not to like put you on the spot or anything like that. I'm just using this as like a,
mhm,
energetic example of how many times we do that. We say, let's
mhm.
go back to the cereal.
Yes.
Ooh, I love this cereal now.
Mhm,
And it could change tomorrow, Salome. I
mhm.
could hate that cereal again tomorrow and go, no, I don't like it. So I do want to bring that up, that choice only is good for this 10 seconds. You could change your mind all the time. It doesn't mean that now I like that cereal forever and ever till death do us part. This is my cereal. It could change.
Mhm, mhm,
And you are invited to change your mind and make a different choice. It's not forever and ever. Yeah.
mhm.
And so even using the inspiration, using that it worked, that we did different venues, etc. at this event, we could keep checking in and creating awareness and go, oh, maybe we can duplicate it for the next one,
Um,
or take that awareness and then see what happens next.
mhm.
So I wanted to tap into that as well.
Yeah.
Woo, that's great. Anything else before we put a bow on this?
Oh, again, we can go for an hour, but because I'm thinking of all these other topics after like, no, I'll bring these up later and we'll
Next
just
time,
have a part two, part three, and part four.
next episode. Yeah. Oh, that was great. So let's tie everything together. Choice creates awareness. Conclusion does not create awareness.
Mhm,
And awareness does not create choice. Choice comes
mhm.
first, and then you'll have the awareness. And choice is only good for a little amount of time, and then you can make another choice.
Yeah.
Ah, and I invite you to live these tools because when you do and when you choose them, so much more ease in your life.
Yes.
So much more ease, so much more fun, so much more discovery, so much more playfulness, so much more like, those moments. Ooh, that happened. Ooh, I didn't expect that.
And
Those
okay,
moments.
okay, so there will be times where we make choices and then later on we're like, ooh, maybe we didn't like the choice or we think we should have done something differently, but let's embrace that too as well. Let's not,
Yeah. Please don't beat yourself up. Please don't do
mhm,
that. Choice creates awareness, and the awareness could go, oh, okay, that
mhm,
was interesting.
mhm.
Let's rethink that again next time.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Moving
just
forward.
interesting. Yes. That's it. And I was so willing to totally kill that event as
Mhm,
well. I was willing to kill it.
mhm.
And then I was like, oh, I don't want to kill it anymore. Let's keep it.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
yep.
Yeah. And it wasn't black or white. Because first it was black or white. It was like yes or no. Well, what if
Mhm,
it's in the middle and it just
mm,
looks different?
yep.
It's not canceled. It's not rescheduled. It's just different.
Mhm.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Get Up Girl. This is our Two Chicks and a Mic episode. And Choice Creates Awareness here with Salome Valdez and myself, Joanna Vargas. Thank you for listening. And it would be wonderful, phenomenal if you would share this with a friend or somebody else that you know that can use this message, this tool. Send it to them on your social media platforms. Tag us on Instagram as well and let us know what your takeaways were. We appreciate you dearly. And anything else, Salome?
No, thank you again for this conversation, Joanna. I had a lot of aha moments as of like just a few minutes ago.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you, everybody, for listening.